The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll run on first down. Street. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
It's going to be a long day.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Check. First down. Alert. 5 wide. Hey, Alpha.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Thomas, the intended target.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Hey, check 24. Zebra. Check 9. Check 3. Check 20.
On first down, Cochran. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Hey, 22. Hey, let's get there. Hey, look, 3.
On 2nd down now, it's Cochran, and he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3 and out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their...
He's got a man complete, and all the way down to the 36-yard line. It's a big play there for the Saints. 42 yards. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Got Gordon open, completes it. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And the Falcons grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Intended for number 23, incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore there defensively.
Second and 10 now from the 27. To throw again, Stafford, and he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
22. 50.
They'll try the left side. Cochran, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Everybody ready? Mark 37. In your face.
The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 14-yard line. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
A loss of 2 brings up second and 12.
Hey,
At the Falcons' 16-yard line.
Let's go. Everybody,
Allen to throw once more. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Hey, wahoo!
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Josh Hill, his first touchdown on the year. as they are now on the board here in the first half. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
Now bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. And maybe that's the perils of being a rookie running back in the NFL. I mean, look, it's not easy to hold on to the ball. Any level with these talented guys, but in this league, you can learn a lesson early.
Without a doubt, and what a tough reminder for any running back, especially a rookie. The things you got away with in college probably won't work so well in the NFL.
They don't want it, boys. They don't want it. They don't want it.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
22 yards there, a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10.
Under 10, 10.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, 51 to mine. That's not good. 51.
Throwing again. Stafford. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Ah, Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Looking back to that first quarter, they struggled, but now here in quarter two, they seem to have some rhythm.
And it really shouldn't.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Let's go, D. That's what I'm talking about, D. That's what I'm talking about.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Check right. Switch. Switch. Check, 55.
After the sack on first down, Allen, and the pressure gets to him again. Denzel Perryman, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Watch the slant. Mike, 50. Half 85.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Saints punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Pulled in at the 24. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. On second down, it's Cochran, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Big 20. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Hey, 5-0.
On third down, Cochran. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
61, matchbox, white. 11.
On first and 10, Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Incomplete. He was covered by Jair Alexander.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Easy.
To throw again, Stafford. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Libra. Check three. Deuce. Omaha, remove.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one down near the 15. And we're going to get a timeout. with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Hey, tight.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Too little, Cut. Mike 27. Mike middle. Let's get this. We go.
They do go for it. Here's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cochran. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check. Lucky. Slam. Switch. 36.
Stay 50.
Safe.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cochran. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into... And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Allen now looks to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bilal Nichols in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Now Allen throwing on 3rd and long. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
50's the mark. Me and you all day.
They're going to try and throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way.
Easy alert. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check 50. Check 50. He's coming.
On 1st down, it's Cochran trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Cochran, and he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Check 4. Double right. Check the backer. Check your hot read.
Now a give right side. It's Cochran. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. Almost like, it's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Cochran. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Well, they've got it down to the 3, but now this is 3rd and goal. Now it's Stafford. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through. We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Right there in the middle, 55. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Go.
Now Allen to throw. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And some room to work. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To the air, Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Desmond Trufant, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up, had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still try to throw it, and...
Yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 20/20 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down. From the gun, here's Stafford. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. Prater's kick is good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train? Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Melvin Ingram able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
56, 55.
To try again after the sack. Allen, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Saints on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, Allen. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on 4th down, but they're going once more. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. Buying time. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
They've gone to the 4th quarter now in Dallas. And thinking upset, the Giants are out in front there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Throwing here, Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
And he's got this down to the 35. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. It's caught, Jones. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Prater on to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Stafford going to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Falcons, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.